Hey guys, today I'm gonna be talking about how we can make you a pro player and the best tips in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 to become better. Today I'll go over settings, gameplay tips, and more. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first we're gonna go through my controller settings and what I recommend for you guys. First, if you guys don't have an Elite controller, such as like Xbox Elite or a special PS5 controller that doesn't have bumpers on the back, what I recommend for you guys to do is to go to Edit Button Layout and select Tactical, which will flip B and the right analog stick to make right stick slide and B melee. It will be way easier to slide and you won't have to take your thumb off the thumbstick every single time. And next setting I recommend to use is flip LB, LT, and RB, RT. So what this means is you can shoot faster and aim faster in, because it's got smaller like presses rather than the triggers. The triggers have a large dead zone. The next thing I recommend is using this sense between a 5 and a 9. You don't want to go too high or too low unless you're used to a high sense. I recommend being around about a 6 or a 7, and I run 2 7s, and that's a really good sense because it's like in between everything. I feel like going over to 9 and 10 is a bit too high, but it's really personal preference. You guys just try out what you like and then figure out what you want. But yeah, I recommend something like a 7.7, 6.6, or an 8.8. Okay, the next few settings is automatic sprint. You want to set this to automatic tactical sprint, which doesn't mean you have to click your thumbstick in every single time. It'll just go straight to attack sprint. And then if you're playing Warzone, you want to go interact and reload behavior. You want to put it to prioritize re-interact, which will make it so you just need to tap your interact button instead of holding it, and you will have to hold to reload. Unless there's nothing to pick up, then it's just a tap to reload. But if you're playing multiplayer, I recommend prioritize reload or just tap to reload. And then armor plate behavior, I recommend setting this to all. If you're playing Warzone, then you don't have to continuously press and hold Y over and over again, you just have to hold it. The next setting is minimap shape for Warzone and multiplayer. This will help you out if you change it to square, because you're able to see more than a circle minimap. That means you'll get more pings, more items on your map, and everything. That'll just help you out in certain situations. Next setting is aim assist. I recommend putting on target aim assist, which just means your aim assist is on, and Black Ops is the one I use. And then make sure third person ADS correction type is on assist. And I recommend having your aim response curve type on dynamic. That'll really change your aim and just for the better. I've always had this on dynamic and it's just so good. Now for the dead zone, I recommend you guys just tweaking with this and just going as low as possible. And as soon as you start getting stick drift, you want to go up 0.01, and then that should be your dead zone. I went to 0.07 and I started to get stick drift, so I went up to 0.08. Okay, that's it for all the controller settings. Now I'm just going to go into the graphics real quick. You're just going to want to pause as I scroll through this. Okay, now to the quality. Now the view. Okay, so that's all the settings you guys should need. That'll improve your gameplay a lot. Now, onto the class setups. Okay, so what I recommend here is using perks. Mostly the best perks in the game right now, Overkill and Bomb Squad. There are so many explosions going on in this game. It's just so much. Bomb Squad will help you stay alive. It saved my life so many times and it's so worth using. And Overkill is just good to have 2 weapons or a weapon and a riot shield on your back. And yeah, it's just helpful to have overkill. And also fast hands to swap between weapons faster, and use equipment faster, and also reload faster. That's really important. I'm using overclock so I can get extra field upgrade charge, so I get more field upgrade, and then in turn I also get more XP for using that. That's how I've been leveling up pretty fast. And a field upgrade I recommend you guys use, if you want for XP, like I'm doing, I recommend you guys use DDoS. But if you're not, I recommend you guys use Munition Box or Dead Silence. Either one. If you're playing something like Shipment, you should probably use Trophy System or Munitions Box. And yeah. Next thing I recommend you do, if you're using Overkill, you should use a riot shield on your back. That'll protect you from back shots, and that'll be really good. The next is the guns you're using. There's a lot of guns and a lot of customization in this game. It's really hard to figure it out, but I recommend you guys just looking at YouTube videos, trying to see the meta guns, and just finding what you find fun and you find good. Like me, I really like the 74U. I don't really like the M4 that much, but yeah. I really like the MP7, the Lashman Sub, of course, who doesn't like that, the Fennec, the PDSW. But those are like my most fun guns, and then obviously I really like sniping. I quickscope a lot. That's why those two sniper rifles are maxed out. And yeah, so that's it for the classes. Also, I recommend you use a Semtex, just the best out of this list. And then a stim or a decoy grenade. Decoy grenade is really good for XP because it gives extra XP because you distract people with it. Yeah, that's it for the classes. Oh, one more thing. Kill streaks. If you want more kills, I recommend you guys going for kill streaks that will automatically kill things for you. Such as Precision Airstrike. This is probably one of the worst ones I have on my list. But, a Sentry Gun. And then a VTOL jet. That's what I'm running, that's what I figure out, that's what I like. You could use an SAE instead of a sentry gun, but that's not as automatic. And then you could also use a Overwatch Hilo or a Wilson, but I just like the VTOL jet the most. You could use one of these if you want, but I like using something earlier like Precision Airstrike, and that gets a bit of kills. The next thing is your gameplay, right? So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to like choose between one of these and then try and also do the other. What I like doing is bunny hopping around corners, and it works really good. It makes me harder to aim at, which causes me to win more gunfights. So I want you to practice bunny hopping. It's really effective, and as you can see in these clips, it made me win many gunfights, and it's really helpful. And there's also drop shotting, which I don't do that much, but it's really good, and I should probably work on it, and you should too. It's really effective, and it will really help out. And another thing is pre-firing corners, as well as bunny hopping them, proning around them, sliding around them. That just all makes you harder to hit and easier to kill the enemy. So now what I'm going to show you is how you can practice your drop shotting, your bunny hopping, your sliding, your aim, just every single mechanic in the game, the best way to do it. And yeah, that's basically it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead into a free-for-all, alright, and just wait for it to load up. Lags a bit. Games, you're gonna go to game setup, and then I recommend using shipment. When you go to game rules, I'm gonna put the time limit to just much as possible, and then the score limit to much as possible, and then just get rid of match start time. And what you're also gonna do, go to bot setup and just add maybe like 4-5 bots. That seems good because it's. Then you're going to put them on recruit. Now, you could put them on mixed or high, but for aim, you're going to use recruit. For maybe movement, you could use regular hardened. I definitely would not recommend veteran for practicing, unless you're just trying to practice actual situations. But I recommend recruit for practicing aim and movement. That's what I always use. And once you've done that, you're going to go into your settings, controller settings, advanced, and what you're going to do is you're going to turn your aim assist off. And this may sound weird, but practicing your aim with your aim assist off, you will feel terrible at the start, but then you'll start getting used to it. And then when you turn your aim assist back on, your aim will feel much stickier and way better, and then you'll hop into an actual game, and you'll just feel like your aim is way better than it was before. It's definitely worth it. So you're going to turn your aim assist off, and you're going to go into the free-for-all. Now, I'm just going to wait for it to load up, and then I'll get right back to you. Yeah, so now that it's loaded, it's going to go around. It's going to practice your aim. See, I've got no aim assist on. Feels a bit weird, but I'll get used to it, and the more I practice with it on, the better I'll get. That's when you can also practice your aim by jump shotting, drop shotting. Having aim assist off feels so weird, but it's worth it when you're training your aim. If you die, it's fine, just reset. But just doing this, your aim will increase, it'll get better. Also, it'll just get you better with other things as well, just like gameplay in general. Maybe having better game sense, and just other stuff like that. And yeah, if you just practice this over and over, like maybe once a day for like 15-30 minutes, you'll start to get really good, you'll see progress, and yeah. I'm just gonna let gameplay play of me in pubs, and then I guess that concludes the guide. Well, that was it for the video. I hope this video helped you out and get better, and you change those settings, working on your aim, and you're gonna work on your movement. If you work on these things, it'll just make you a better player. You make better Warzone player, better multiplayer player. You'll improve your KD, you'll improve the amount of kills, improve the amount of wins you're getting. Just help you as a better player overall. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.